just use my radio talk show voice here a little louder. Thanks for coming tonight. This is a great turnout. As you probably already know, I suppose you know, I'm not the establishment's favorite candidate. I'm the candidate with the message. And what really saddens me to know that the Republican Party is totally ignoring me is the fact that I've been a loyal Republican, a loyal conservative Reagan Republican since 1984. In fact, I have the endorsements of many on Capitol Hill, like former U.S. Senator Bob Smith, and I'll read you his endorsement. He's one of Ronald Reagan's best friends. Former presidential candidate, top guy in the Reagan and Nixon administration, Pat Buchanan. How many people like most of Pat Buchanan's beliefs? He's a good friend of mine. He endorsed me. I don't support everything he supports, but I got his endorsement because he's a Reagan conservative. So why is it that I've got quite a few Reagan Republicans on Capitol Hill that love my message, that believe in me, that have known me for many years, but the local party and the state party, the establishment, the machine, is ignoring me and the other two in the race, to be honest. That is not fair. That is not how politics is supposed to be run in these United States of America. That's like something from the Politburo. And I tell you what, when I jumped into this, I thought, well, I'll fight hard on the issues. I've done conservative talk radio for over 16 years. I've lobbied on Capitol Hill, as many of you know, and a lot of people in this room have met me. Some of you have seen me speak over the past 8 months. You know that I know the issues. The Republican Party knows I know the issues. Why are they sidelining me, treating me like I'm a political neophyte? I didn't know that would happen when I got into this race. Well, it's reality, unfortunately. I'm depending on you, May 4th, people in the Tea Party movement, to help me win. It's the only way I'm going to win, because I'm the candidate that's the real conservative in this race, who's been fighting in the trenches for the cause for 20 years. And I don't like to talk about myself. I like to talk about the issues, but unfortunately I have to, because all the money is being spent on you-know-who unfairly, and that's fine. I believe in capitalism. I'm 100% free enterprise, pro-capitalism. But I also believe in fairness. And I believe the American people believe in fairness on both sides of the aisle. Let's have some fairness in this race. But it's a little bit too late to ask for that, I guess. So I'm here to tell you, I want to be your representative in Congress. I'm going to fight for all the issues you believe in, for limited government. I'm going to fight that Obama, Harry Reid, Nancy Pelosi machine. Yeah. I'm totally against socialism. I'm not going to speak for too much longer because I want to throw it out open for questions and answers. And we'll do that. I want you, the people, to hear what I'm about, what my answers are. I know a lot of people have seen me speak quite a few times. I'm one candidate who's passionate, but unfortunately in the past 2 weeks, because how the system's been treating me, I feel burned out, depressed, and you know, this isn't the way politics should be. I thought when I got into this, you're running against other Republicans. I tell you what, the liberal media has treated me more decent than the Republican Party has. This is the same Republican Party locally back in 2004. How many remember back in 2004? You've seen it on the website probably. I worked with the Switboat veterans, helping them bring down John Kerry. I was the literary agent for the book that the liberal media called That Damn Book, Unfit for Command. That's pretty significant, don't you think? Well, the Republican Party locally loved me back in 2004. I remember I was at the local party, and I put John O'Neill and Jerry Corsi on the phone to talk with some of the big shots that are opposed to me this time. And they said, man, thank God you helped. You're from Canton, Ohio, and you helped the Switboat veterans defeat John Kerry. I was a hero back then. Now I'm running for U.S. Congress. I haven't changed. I've got the same exact views I did, only I'm older and wiser. And I tell you what, it's upsetting. Let me give you one example, and then I'll get off of this. But you need to know, I don't have the money to put my message out there like the other candidate does. But I'll tell you something. This is what happened recently to show you the duplicity in this. I'm a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, okay? For 2 weeks after I put my signs up, there are those in one of the other camps in the Republican Party saying he's lying. He wasn't a Marine. Can you believe that? And so I put up the pictures to prove I'm a U.S. Marine veteran. My campaign manager, Kim, gets a call this morning from the Pentagon Somebody apparently in the Republican Party, or you know whose camp, called and complained that I'm using the Marine Corps logo on my literature, and a Pentagon official told me to take it down. I'm the only veteran in this race. I think that's sickening. That's deplorable, don't you? That's the kind of stuff that's been happening to this candidate for 8 months plus. I tell you what, and I'll tell the Republican Party leadership here in the other camp, those in the other camp, I know far more about what's going on down in this country than you do. I've had experience in Washington, D.C. I've worked with some of the top people down there, like former Congressman Bob Barr, former Congressman Bob Dornan, Bob Smith, and others. I'm a passionate fighter for the ideals we believe in, and I don't appreciate being sidelined or treated like a neophyte. I'm for real. I'm a strong conservative. I was Tea Party before the Tea Party movement. I want your vote May 4th because I want to go down there and fight. I fought in the trenches for 16 years against these liberals, these socialists that are wrecking havoc on our country. And I want that chance to be in that House. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll do more than vote the right way on the issues. I'll be down there crusading to repeal Obamacare, to stop cap and trade, and to reverse the change that's been so painfully inflicted upon all of us the past year and a half. One of my political heroes is Patrick Henry. Let me just read you a quote from his most famous speech that you're all probably familiar with. But listen to these words, and this is what my candidacy is about. Patrick Henry said, "It is natural to a man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth and listen to the song of that siren till she transforms us into beasts. Is this the part of wise men, engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes see not, having ears hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it." That's what my candidacy is about, to expose all of the dark corners to the light of truth, to the U.S. Constitution. And I'll tell you what, there's no better man in this 4 counties running for U.S. Congress right now that understands fully well what's going on. I've given my life for the cause, and I want to continue doing that in Washington, D.C. And of course, in that very same speech, Patrick Henry concluded with, "Is life so dear or peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and liberty, slavery? I forbid it, or Almighty God. I know not what other course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death." Let me tell you something more about my endorsements. Again, I don't like to talk about this too much, but I'm the candidate with the message and no money, so here it is. The 400-plus member leadership of the Akron Tea Party organization just endorsed me yesterday for U.S. Congress. To me, that's significant because you're a part of that Tea Party.